Hello everybody and welcome back to another Dad Reacts video. Another week, survived. How are you, Martin?
Good. Mate, the sun's been shining.
I know, yeah.
Look at the sunshine in the background. Look at you.
Glorious. The summer has arrived.
Well, don't speak too early, mate.
Why?
Because you'll ruin it. Now I've got like half background popping up. So, yeah.
I don't know about you, but when it comes to celebrity scandals, the only celebrity scandals I'm ever interested in are the sex tapes.
Yeah, got a few of them logged on. Yep.
But so Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. I'll be honest, I've avoided this like the plague. Like I've seen it all over Facebook, I've seen it all over Instagram, all over the news, all over YouTube, and I've ignored it. I've just been like, no, not interested. But last night you were like, oh, let's talk about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. So
I've done the same. I have to admit, I've ignored it until the other day. I was sat on the toilet doing a typical man thing, scrolling through my phone onto TikTok, and it was live on Johnny Depp in the court, and I was just like listening. I was just like, now my interest peaked. Yeah. Now interested.
Now I've gone down the rabbit hole.
What a fucking shitstorm.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Johnny Depp, huge A-lister, superstar, been acting in movies for
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I didn't know his first movie was actually Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, was it?
Freddy Krueger, yeah. But obviously, breakthrough roles in Edward Scissorhands, and became the lovable character that everybody loves, Jack Sparrow, in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
On a side note, I know an interesting fact about Leonardo DiCaprio. His first ever film was Critters. There you go. Don't know why I know that, but...
Well, if we ever do a Dad Reacts about Leonardo DiCaprio, you can bring that one up. Anyway, Amber Heard, a
well-known actress.
She is now a well-known actress, but at the time had been in a few movies that weren't that great.
Yeah.
Her best movie, probably Pineapple Express, before meeting the superstar that is Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Also, should point out, I think at the time he was in his late 40s, like 47.
Yeah. He'd been in a relationship with somebody for 14 years, 2 kids.
Yeah, she was 25. Johnny Depp was in a relationship with 14. She
was in a relationship as well.
She was also in a relationship with a lady.
Yes. Yeah, their relationship split. I'm assuming, well, we know Johnny Depp's was amicable because the mother of children has given statements in defence of his character.
Just as a disclaimer, this isn't to say that anything I say in this is to say that men don't hit women, or of course some men do hit some women.
Mate, we can't argue that fact. There's enough
people are scumbags.
Yeah. Domestic violence is rife, and you know what? Probably with COVID, I can only assume that COVID has had an impact and a rise in domestic cases.
In my office building at work, there is a domestic violence company who have grown through COVID. And
and if you're a man that hits a woman, you're a scumbag. End of story.
Yeah.
You don't lay your hand on a woman. But then, woman that lays hand on a man, you don't do that either. You're a scumbag.
Yeah, and I think that it's almost a little, not a dirty little secret, but like it's acknowledged that men hit women, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't really seem widely acknowledged that women hit men, right? And men are victims of domestic abuse, 100%.
You've seen articles. I've seen articles and stuff where men are getting slated and ridiculed because they're like, oh, you're a domestic abuse victim, so you let a woman hit you and shit like that. Yeah. And we need to break that taboo. We need to break that cycle. I don't even know. I'm sure there was a daytime TV program. I don't want to say Jeremy Kyle because I don't watch Jeremy Kyle. But I think it was Jeremy Kyle where, the bloke's talking and he's like, yeah, she's hit me, and the audience laugh. And the host is like, if he was a woman and the man was, he'd be booing. So this is just the same.
So on this then, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. So obviously what's going on at the moment is that Johnny Depp filed a £50 million lawsuit for defamation on the back of her. Was it?
She did an article with, I think it was the Washington Press, an op-ed.
Washington Post, yes, she did. And she didn't name him specifically, but it was quite obvious.
She insinuated she was a victim of domestic abuse, which would then lead to the public assuming that she was a victim of domestic abuse by Johnny Depp, because it was, and obviously he had sued the Sun and lost for libel for them calling him a woman beater in an article.
Yeah. So one of the things that she's sort of alleging is that when he drinks, he becomes aggressive, and he
drinking drugs,
lashes out. Now, what I would say on that is, I think you are either one of those. You're either a really cool, relaxed drunk, or you're an aggressive drunk. That's the.
Well, I think there's three different. I always say there's three drunks. There's you're happy,
you're
sad, and you're angry.
Yeah.
There's three different types of drunks you become.
But I don't know. And again, I'm no expert. I'm no medical expert, but just from my lived experience, I think you're either one or the other. You never really become all of. You're not really all of them, right? No. You're either one or the other. That's what you are. Johnny Depp, right now, is a 58-year-old man.
If anybody's listening, that's just Marco's money going up in his bank account.
It actually was, yeah. So as a 58-year-old man, I don't think woman beating is something you grow into.
No,
it's either in you or it isn't. And if you listen to the testimonies of his ex-partners, ex-girlfriends, people that have been around him, they all say he's the same drunk. He's that friendly Jack Sparrow type character. That's who he becomes. So to hear that he's all of a sudden an aggressive abuser seems way out of character.
Yeah, massively. The guy was with somebody for 14 years, has 2 children with him. She's going to know him well.
His other ex, Winona Ryder, also has come out and said that.
And she's going to know him warts and all. End of story. She knows him. And for the fact...
But there is somebody that does have a history of domestic violence.
And that would be Amber against her partner.
Yes.
Her female partner.
Yes.
An airport, wasn't it?
An airport. She spent a night in the jail. In jail.
Yeah.
Due to the assault.
But on the flip side, we also have evidence. Her saying, "I hit you. I didn't punch you, but I hit you."
I'm going to play some of this in a minute.
Yeah.
I've watched her deposition in the divorce proceedings in 2016, or watched some of it, where she comes across as the girl next door, the delicate little flower, innocent, wouldn't hurt a fly.
I'm slim, pretty.
And if you actually see her, to do a comparison of what she looked like there, given this evidence, to actually you see her in court now, I think now is more how she is exactly how she looks, how she acted is really how she is. Now I'm going to say something. I'm not going to name the person, but I know a couple who have a toxic relationship. Right? They fight like cat and dog. They argue. She hits him. He pushes her. They fight. Right? She is a 5'2" attractive girl who you would look at as exactly like Amber Heard is.
An angel.
Angel. He is 6 foot, has been known to be aggressive with men, but never women. So on the surface, you look at that and you go, oh yeah, maybe I can see how there's been assault. Right. But so I've seen them together, and I have seen these two. I've seen her assault him. Right, I've seen her be aggressive and him get defensive. So I've seen how it works. There was a situation where these two she reported him to the police, and she went to court. I sat in the back of the court and watched this performance from her, and it was exactly like the Amber Heard deposition in 2006. I sat there at the back of the court, and I come out, and I said to the person, I was like, I nearly started applauding the performance, because if you didn't know her, you'd be like, oh my God, like, this is incredible. I'm sat there looking at her, I know you. I know how you behave. I know how you act. And honestly, so from an outsider's perspective, you can see how a judge or court could look at that and go, let me play it, because you'll see what I mean when we show. Look at this young, attractive girl.
Yeah.
Who obviously couldn't do anything.
Many times when we fought, well, not many times. He hit me for a very long time before I ever. I'm going to accept
it's non-responsive and move.
Just going to put this is somebody else's video. I will tag them in this, but there's an interesting back and forth where they show like her saying, "I would never hit him." Then they play some of the recordings of him hitting him.
I haven't been able to have like a fight with you beyond in any real talking kind of speaking contest in so long, because anytime anything goes wrong, you split like it's your first thing. And it's unnecessary. It's not always you're splitting because there's blows or because there's yelling or anything. You split most times when I'm still speaking this volume and nothing has been thrown or hit or anything. No, I can change certain things that are hurting you.
I'd like you to listen to what I'm about to play. Would you do that?
I did not do anything.
It's her facial look. Talking about hitting him, and she's like,
It's a little.
I'm the team, and I did
look
not.
at, I mean, that look.
I did need to leave. The door. No, God, no.
And Johnny, whenever he was injured or touched at all, always referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever. And whether you discussed it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into what the definition of those words mean to him. So I never even addressed it. If he was ever pushed, it was a cold. He called it a cold clock. I mean, it's just very dramatic.
Because you started physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yes. You did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You were admirable. Every single time. What's your excuse when there's not a physical fight? What's the excuse there? You were still being admirable, right? Just by running away?
Yes, September of 2015.
I can sort of recognise what's going on there as well, because I've never punched a woman, touch wood. But like sometimes if I'm having an argument with my missus, I'll just walk off. I'll be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not having this argument. I'll just go away. Yeah. Because you know that the argument's going to escalate and escalate and escalate. Because what she's doing is she's prodding and prodding and prodding and prodding.
Look, let's be blunt. Every man has a breaking point. All right. Now, I don't condone domestic violence. I do not condone it. You do not lay a hand on a woman. Ever. The issue is that in this instance, prod, and everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, Johnny's done the right thing by walking away. You're admirable. Yeah, he fucking is admirable. He fucking is. The guy walked away. He did the right thing.
Stand there and have a dust up with you.
Yeah, he did the right thing, right? He walked away from you. He did not stand and never fuck at you. He walked away, which is the right thing to do. So, yeah, the guy is admirable, but she's poking. And you know what? Maybe at some point he's laid his hands on her in the sense he may have grabbed her and pushed her on the bed or whatever. And
I'm willing to bet, though, that's in response to her
yeah, poking the product. You listen to the things he said, and she's backed it up there. You always split. well done, Johnny. I take my hat off to you. You've done the right thing. You walk away. You de-escalate the situation by taking yourself out of it. It's the right thing to do. But there are going to be times where, I've been in arguments. I've had my face clawed. I remember on a night out having an argument on the way home, and I got my face clawed by the nail. I had cuts across my face, and I had to stand there and go to my friends, I got in a scrap with somebody, like to cover, so it didn't give her crap. And she was in my face at times, and I'd push her on the bed, grab her by the shoulders, push her on the bed, and walk away. Yeah. I've punched the door in anger. Never lay a hand on a woman, but I've hit a door in anger. I've walked away, punched the door, and gone. But she's look at her eye roll.
Yeah,
it's that sort of
when it's talking about him being punched. She's like,
Johnny makes out that I might give him a little flick on his knee, and I've abused him, and it's an Undertaker rocking.
She says, I hit him, but I don't punch him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's fine. That's brilliant. Yeah. That's fine. That's allowed as long as you don't punch.
Yeah.
But she's it's that under the breath, like they say, and the little head tilt plays that woman frail.
Yeah.
Character so well.
She's not playing that now, which is what I find that is interesting. She's not playing that, so that's the 2016 divorce.
Yeah,
where that's the act that is the performance she's giving. She's not playing that now. What she is now is actually how she is, and you can see by the look in her eyes, the look on her face. She's a bitch.
Yeah,
just say it.
But in her defence. And I had an in-depth conversation about this the other night. When we're listening to Johnny Depp being, I don't know what the word is, when he's being talked to by his lawyer.
Yeah.
He's very, so, I looked at a photo and I showed a photo of my bed, and everything's slow, stuttery, and almost the cogs turning in his head, and the thought, and he's thinking about what he's saying. But then when you watch something like they bring up a knife on as a bit of evidence or something, and he's very much quick talking. That's a knife. So in her defence, there is a part of him that's
he's not completely innocent in
no.
This is my point. Like this is the relationship that I talked about with my friend. It's the same. They are both as bad as each other, and they shouldn't be together.
No.
But to frame it that he's an abuser, I think is completely wrong.
Well, he's the one that's lost out on jobs.
Yeah, and so she's a social climber, in my opinion. You see these across Hollywood all the time. He's the big celebrity A star, and she's an aspiring actress.
Here's a quick route. Quick route to big films.
They got married pretty quickly. He was with his ex-partner for 14 years, never got married. Yet all of a sudden, he meets this young actress. She wants to get married. Did you see what she was claiming in the divorce? That she wanted 50 grand a month.
Rent fee or something.
Yeah, she wanted 50 grand. She wanted his free apartments.
Yeah, 7 million. I think it was settled out of court, wasn't it?
Settled out of court for 7 million, but she wanted free apartments and 50 grand a month. $10,000 for gifts and living. £2,000 for groceries, £2,000 for eating out. I'm sorry, but if you're spending £2,000 a month eating out, you ain't buying groceries, love.
Spousal support request of $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing: she got $7 million and claimed to donate it to charity.
Yeah.
And now that's an argument coming up that wasn't the case.
Yeah, well, they've had to subpoena the charity records, haven't they? And she hasn't donated the $7 million. And her defence have come out and said, well, no, she's planning on giving it to charity. Okay.
Yeah, so that's 2016.
Yeah. She's given some.
Yeah. Well done. She's coming out of this as this social warrior for domestic abuse, and she's using it to spin a positive light on her,
Yeah.
Whereas it's you know, all right, he's still getting paid an 8-figure sum or something for Fantastic Beasts free, but he's not starring in it now.
No.
Because they asked him to step away from it because of this. Because obviously, but going forwards, any film producers, are they going to want him with the film and the negative connotations around him because of her? You know, she's still in Aquaman 2.
Yeah. But she's the victim.
Yeah. Sorry, inverted commas, victim.
Yeah.
We have to, you know, and, you know, we're making these judgments based on what we're seeing and hearing. I don't think I haven't heard yet of any Depp saying, I hit you. I think the only thing that I've heard say is that he's, when he cut his finger off. But then I think in that phrase, it's when I cut my finger off, as in when it happened, not I cut my finger off.
But, you know, I think they're referring to the conversation he had with a voicemail he left with his doctor, where he said, "I'll cut my finger." I think, but that could just be
him protecting Amber,
protecting her in public. You know, let's say I got a black eye tomorrow, I'd be like, "Oh, I fell over," or whatever. The mister fucking give me a black eye.
It's bad, and if Johnny Depp wins, I hope she feels some repercussions from this, because there are people out there, male and female, that claim domestic abuse, and what they do is they fuck it up for the people that actually are sufferers. Yeah. You know, people cry wolf, you know. And it's horrible to bring women into it as such and things, but you know, there's women out there that cry rape, and they fuck it up, and they've cried rape, but it's not rape. That, you know, they've not been raped. They, you know, and they fuck it up for the people that actually have been raped or domestic abuse. You know, it's, and I hope she gets some shit from it if it's proven that, you know, she shouldn't come out of this. They both shouldn't come out of this looking good. They should both come out of it looking bad, in a sense. You know, Johnny Depp has played his part. There's no getting around that. He has played his part in this case. But so is she. She's not the victim. She's not innocent.
I think she's the catalyst. That's my opinion.
Yeah, she is the antagonist of the situation, and you can see that.
And I think she sounds like she's the aggressive drunk.
Yes. Yeah.
She's the aggressive.
It's all him going, you know, she's even saying it. You walk away, you split. You're admirable. Like, that's an antagonistic comment, isn't it? Yeah. You're admirable. Well done for walking away.
Yeah.
Get fucked, you prick.
Yeah, it's not even when I'm shouting. Not even always when I'm shouting or being physical. But it's, again, not we haven't got a physical relationship, me and my wife, but like sometimes if we argue, she's very condescending in the way she speaks, and I hate that. So I'm just like, she'll go, "Well, I'm not shouting." I'm like, "You don't need to." You don't need
you know, in my last relationship split, she accused me of being horrible to her. And I'm like, my go-to response was, "I don't want to hear your voice. Leave me alone. Go away. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. You're being childish. You're being ridiculous. Leave me alone. Yeah. Not interested." And because I just didn't want to argue. I've got the time to argue. I can't be arsed. Yeah. You know, it's just stupid shit. But going to a different room, go and lay on the bed. Oh, look, you laid next to me now. Carrying on. Like, I'll go and get in the bath. You're on the toilet seat. Carrying on. Yeah. Just stop.
Yeah. So I don't know where it goes. I don't know how it ends. Like I say, you've got me going down a little bit of a rabbit hole on this.
I know. I'm watching it more.
I'm watching it a little bit more interestingly, just to see.
Maybe we'll do a dad reacts at the end.
Yeah.
So we'll do a dad reacts.
I know he's claimed 50 million, but she's also counter claimed for 100 million. I think.
Yeah. What a shock. Like, oh yeah, what are you counter claiming for? Because you've been royally affected by this. I mean, yeah.
Her career's gone up. Like, look at the movies that she was in before she met Johnny. Look at the movies she's in now since meeting him. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
There's been one, winner here, and that's definitely her. Like she was saying that he was accusing her of sleeping with James Franco, wasn't he? But there's
Elon Musk.
She was sleeping with Elon Musk because they started dating after.
Yeah.
But there's videos of James Franco going into his apartment with her, into Johnny Depp's apartment. So it's like, come on. She knows what she was doing. So she's like I say, social climber, like Meghan Markle. But that's another podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm going to go and watch some more.
Let us know your thoughts.
Hit that subscribe button, guys. Like and share, please.
Cool.
Peace.